it was should have, I think, in the thing, and probably because I'm German, I thought should is slightly more open. It makes sense. So we had these, and then we had 3 people. Alyssa, who was then appointed. So her appointment was 2 weeks before. With the selection process, we had about 15 applications for the curator job, and then
so that was an open.
It was an open submission. It was quite short because the program was there was these delays, and so we announced it in all the website, Facebook, and then they have this Visual Artist Island. They have newsletters online, and then there's another one here in Belfast who has these newsletters online. So I think that's pretty. In that time we could do it, and so she was on the panel, and then we had Alistair McLennan, who is one of the most senior artists here, so a very big performance person, at least for Northern Ireland. But he has quite, and so I wanted someone who has quite an authority, and performance is a big thing here, and who knows us in a way. So we did works with him, so he understands kind of the ethos of it, and so it was quite a lot of reading. I mean, because we were late, we could somehow pitch it against all the other application forms from SIDE and from Talbot and G39. So we looked and mixed and matched it, so and adapted it for us. I mean, we made it clear. We had then these kind of question and answers on the website. So if we got then people who asked us, we put it on the website and how we responded. So. And we thought of, I think SIDE did this question answer sessions properly in their thing.
Find out about the
and then we didn't do it because we thought we'll wait for the first thing, but we will definitely do it next year.
Do you think 50, is that what you expect for that kind of opportunity?
I thought, I was fine with it. I think the others did expect more. Say if we have these open residencies, we would have the same amount, even more, to apply.
That's interesting then, isn't it?
It was just got 2 applications for what we do in January and May, and they came from the south. But that was then excluded in the application. They have to live in Northern Ireland. So it was slightly narrower, and I think people might not really know what it was, although we described it and had all the links to freelance website and so on. But they were all really high pitched, I thought. So there were none where I thought, oh, they're really rubbish. And it was very difficult. So we just selected the ones where they got. So we had a very strict system, with point system. So we had the criteria, and then so we just invited the people who had at least 2 nominations. And sometimes it was sad, of course. We would have preferred someone to come in with just 1. So we stuck to that, and then we invited 9 for the interview, and we had a prepared list with questions because we thought we'll ask everyone the same questions, and so we had them here. But initially we thought they should give a short presentation, which we then dropped, and we just wanted to. Because we had the application form in front of us and look at the work and had these questions, and a lot what they would do if they would be selected. So and a bit how they would describe their practice, and also then for us it was really what they plan and what they develop and how they could benefit from it. So. And that was a very beautiful process. I thought it where we get into trouble and talk about it, but it was great. Alistair McLennan, who's really senior and retired, and had decades of teaching in the college. It's just he has these kind of very weird but very light questions. So it wasn't this kind of interrogation. So it was I found a very beautiful process. I learned quite a lot of it, and it's very gentle approach and questions. It's sometimes nice to hear questions you wouldn't have asked. It's just different entrance thing. So I think that went really well, and so I informed them the ones who got it and who didn't get it, and Alyssa then said she would like to talk to the ones who didn't get it, to
that's
tell
fair
them
enough.
the reason, and I had the crap task which I selected to do for the ones who initially applied and didn't get shortlisted. So we gave them all feedback who came back, could tell me why it wasn't shortlisted. So which is always quite, because then you ask around again what the others thought.
Yeah, that's quite laborious.
But I thought it's fair enough, and we always said, it's the first time
People
it
can
happens.
reapply.
Yeah.
Be interesting.
And
did you? It's fine if you didn't, but do you do any monitoring of like the applications that come in terms of equal opportunities or like collection?
Yeah, we had. I mean, the
gender
thing is, like this equal opportunity form, which we have, we didn't put that out because the CVs were quite. First of all, it's very. I mean, as I tell, you don't get any black people, a different color, different ethnicity. It's super rare, and we do what we will do is go through the applications and mainly monitor. I mean, it was mainly from women, which we always get.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
if
like
you look
what
at our website,
proportion
it's
do
mostly 90% women.
Wow.
It's shocking, and I don't know what the men do. And then I think perhaps they think, oh well, they are below my level. My entrance level is at a higher entrance.
I wonder if that's
So golden thread or so. Although, I mean, we did, when we had our strategic thinking some years ago, our first one, we did invite the MAC and the golden thread people just to see how they pitch us, because there's clearly a line, so you start there and then go up and there. So mostly like they would come to the exhibitions and look at the work, and sometimes they pick it up, at least Golden Thread picks it up. So that would be the next step from us. So there's a clear line. And they appreciate in that way.
Yeah. And did most people live in Belfast who applied? Or
No, I think they are. It's like now with the residencies, a lot then come from the south. And they don't, I mean, Jan didn't live, Janie didn't live. She came from Derry, and Michael lives in Banbridge, so they're a bit spread around. But I mean, then they focus here. So Jenny only came recently to Belfast and moved there, and Jan lives in Bangor, so 15 miles away. But I mean, Derry would be further away. We hardly get people from there. But there are not many anyway. But the south is still, we have quite a lot from there.
Yeah. So is there anything you want to do next time to encourage sort of a different level of...
I definitely want, I think we want the age bracket to be extended. I mean, we said
do you think
there's
more younger people apply? Do you think
I think there are. I mean, there are
younger?
like, I never really look at the age. I mean, I never look... Apart from there, I never look at a CV. I look at the work, and if I like the work, then we invite them to come and talk what they are proposing and how that could look like, and then you just either go for it or not. And that might be the wrong choice, but it always turned out okay, and some surprise you positively. And there are very few where it doesn't work, but it mostly works okay anyway. But so I would like to have to extend the age group, and there's really like the person I worked with in Ballykindler. She's in her 50s, and I said you should apply, and very often she doesn't work on with email and so on. So, and then I mean there was a limit. I don't know how much she approached people, so we didn't approach anybody. So because we think we can't.
It's just purely open call.
Yeah. So I mean we didn't even send it where we thought, oh, they might not read
Were there
things.
any restrictions on you doing that?
No, but I thought we wanted to, at the first time, to have it really, because we didn't know how it works out, and that'd be really clear and transparent that we don't.
Yeah, and it would be a shame if people got wind of like, oh,
yeah,
they know
it's
who they
clear
want
they
to,
appoint these people,
Yeah, no, that's balance.
Yeah, that might change if I mean, clearly there might be then that we have to balance and correct some.
Yeah. Well, one way that G39 did it was to bring in, because they did know so many of the artists and had worked with them before, but they brought in someone who wasn't even from the area, like a curator who was based somewhere else. I can't remember where now. But so she didn't have anyone, and she had the deciding vote on the artist. So in a way, it, like, if no one could come back and say, "Oh, you've just chosen an artist," you know, so that's another way of doing it, I guess, isn't it?
I mean, we were 3, so we never had that deciding vote.
No.